Welcome to Sprig Gardner Finals. It is time for the final few matches of the day. This is the moment everybody has been waiting for. I'm Finnegan Corcoran-Doolan alongside Nick Messina. Nick, we have a few matches to go here. How do you feel, who do you think is going to be the big superstar of the next few matches?
Well, right now, Mepham and Kennedy has proven that they're like the top two, but don't sleep on Calhoun and East Meadow. I still like those two to maybe come back because it's all so close. Mepham is so...
We're going to now go and toss it down to Mat 1.
Welcome to Mat 1. Here we are.
And of course, Bob Murray, who was a legend on Long Island. He was a multiple-time Long Island champion for Mepham. He coached at Calhoun for many years, was county champions, and had Penn State, New York champion, wrestled in Syracuse. More importantly, when he retired, he always hung around Mepham. He did the score. Before we had computers, Bob was with the paper, never picked his head up for 2 days. He'd ask him what the team score was, he'd yell at you. He was just a great guy. And for me, as a first-year coach, when I first got here, I was with Bob Murray, John Walker, John Schaefer, George Munich, Jimmy Murrin, just real great legends, and that's who I got to learn from. But I got to be honest with you, with the exception of George Munich, Coach Walter and Murray were really nice to me at the beginning. They really gave me a hard time as a new guy on the block. I had to earn my stripes, and it took about, honestly, 2 or 3 years for those guys to really welcome me. It was at the state championships. I had my first county champ, and they put their arm around me and said, "Welcome to the club." So it was pretty important day for me. They were two great guys, and if we can just a moment of silence for two true legends, two great educators of our school district. Thank you.
Before we shake hands with our wrestlers here, I'd just like to acknowledge somebody who has been a part of the Mepham Wrestling program for 22 years, Coach Sean Arresto. Sean Arresto was part of the Mepham Wrestling program for 22 years, and that included his time as a wrestler. He's with us here today. He does not know this is going on right now. With his roots in the Bellmore-Merrick Central High School District as a former Mepham Pirate, Sean Arresto was part of the Mepham Wrestling program for 22 years. Coach Arresto's team expectations are not only based on creating a culture of tough and technical wrestlers on the mat, but also creating better people for the real world. He preached to all his athletes that having a strong work ethic and carrying oneself in a professional manner directly corresponds to being a successful individual outside of the wrestling room. Coach Arresto coached the Mepham for 15 years, shaping the lives of many young athletes. His vision of wrestling as a team sport continued the Mepham tradition that has begun in 1937. During his time as head coach, Coach Arresto was no stranger to electing some hardware. In 2017, Coach Arresto led his team to winning the Bellmore-Merrick's very own Sprig Gardner tournament. In 2018, he was awarded Rookie Coach of the Year, presented by the National County Wrestling Coaches Association, and he was also awarded with the Team Sportsmanship Award presented by the Long Island Wrestling Officials Association in 2019. Coach Arresto, once a pirate, always a pirate.
At this time, let me introduce to you your finalists. At 102 pounds, Jefferson Cruz from Bellmore-Kennedy and Nate Green from Mountain. 110 pounds, Richard King from Clark and Alex Frank from Clark. At 118 pounds, Antonio Intitoli, Port Washington, and Ryan Nicholson of Calhoun. At 126 pounds, Joe Soto of Southside, Peter Makitas, Bellmore-Merrick. At 132 pounds, Ray Adams of Calhoun, Jojo Kizabuso, Bellmore-Merrick. 138 pounds, Brady Holman, East Meadow, Dylan Dunn of Mepham. 145 pounds, Ian Gallo, Half Hollow Hills East, Joe Cassis, Mineola. 152, Justin Gonzalez of Clark, Matt Rodriguez, East Meadow. At 160, Jack Forte of Clark, Matt Coffey, East Meadow. 172 pounds, Brandon Hebrew, East Meadow, Denzel Fulgar, Calhoun. 189 pounds, Justin Soriano of Clark, Emerson Ponches, Port Washington. At 215, Joshua Emil of Bellmore-Kennedy, Andrew Floyd, Calhoun. And finally, at 285 pounds, Brandon Goldstein, Bellmore-Kennedy, Joe Arbutello, East Meadow. Gentlemen, we're going to get ready to wrestle, go warm up. Before we start these finals, team scores: Lawrence 3, Plainview 5, Wheatley 29, North Shore 39, Southside 1 finalist 80.5, Roosevelt 91.5. Half Hollow Hills East with 1 finalist, 93. Mineola with 1 finalist, 97. Port Washington with 2 finalists, 110 points. Beth Page, 113.5. 5th place, Clark with 5 finalists, 185. 4th place, East Meadow with 5 finalists, 247.5. 3rd place, Calhoun with 4 finalists, 254.5. 2nd place with 2 finalists, 276.5, the Pirates of Mepham, and leading the tournament as we start the finals, 5 finalists, the Cougars of Bellmore-Kennedy, 283. We are ready to go.
Win the match.
Well, we're back here, and obviously we got the handshakes over with, and it is time to start up finals here. As we're about to get underway. The opponents have met each other. It's now all about who's going to be the winner of each weight class in the Sprig Gardner tournament finals. Obviously, there's 2 people from Mepham here, but you're going to send it down to Mat 2.
Here we are, guys. Mat 2, the only mat left standing. We've got Jefferson Cruz from Bellmore JFK versus Nathaniel Green from Mepham. Nathaniel's got a 3-0 win score, and Jefferson's got a 2-0.
This is looking like a good match. 102, these guys are tiny, but this is looking like a really good match.
Absolutely. Starting off really aggressive, both of them. They want this win.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this is what it comes down to.
Really, really strong, really holding each other's heads as best they can. Already a bloody nose from Kennedy.
Wow. That was fast.
That was very, very fast, but that just goes to show you and sets the tone for the rest of the finals. Aggressive, lots of blood. I'm telling you, this is going to be one of the most aggressive finals we've seen in the Sprig Gardner history.
Oh, absolutely. It's not gonna be very fun. Oh, it will be.
Oh, it's going to be very fun. It's going to make it a lot more interesting. Right now, the score is still 0-0, but yes, we do have some blood on the mat, so we got to let that get taken care of. There's Coach DiGaetano sitting there coaching. Looks like the guys are getting ready to get back on the mat. Just got to clean up some blood first.
Yeah, these finals, they'll literally be blood, sweat, and tears.
It's very, very literal, not figurative at all. This is going to be an intense finals.
Can't wait.
Looks like both of the guys are eager to get back out there.
Yeah.
Looks like they got the blood under control. There's Jefferson Cruz going back on there. There they go.
And they're back at it.
Look how low they get. All right, Mepham goes in for the shot. Not quite. That's 2 for Kennedy. That's not out of bounds. There we go. Look at Cruz. Cruz. Oh, that's 2 for Mepham.
Yep.
Mepham was able to get back on top, maintain that control.
I have a feeling this is going to be a very high-scoring game.
Oh, I have a feeling too. It's either going to be really high scoring or it's going to be really low scoring because they're both too good and won't let each other get points on them.
Definitely.
But it looks like the possibly blood got the best of his nose again.
Really?
Yeah, so, sometimes when they plug it, it doesn't really stop it. And, you can't wrestle if you're getting your blood on the mat or on another person.
Yeah.
So they're going to take another break, get that cleaned up. They should be able to finish. I think this is going to be an interesting outcome. I think this can go either way. It's still tied 2-2 right now.
Absolutely.
But from what we just saw, I mean, reversals, takedowns. This is going to have everything in it that you could possibly want to see in a wrestling match.
Oh yeah, it's definitely going to be the most entertaining part of the tournament by far.
I'm excited to see who's going to take this win. I really think it can go either way.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, Jefferson Cruz is on bottom. Green's on top.
Oh, wow.
Cruz really going for those escape points.
Oh.
Did not get them. Not quite yet. Trying to get around back.
Ooh.
Ooh, there's the mouth guard out of the mouth.
No, I think that might be the nose plug.
Oh, possibly a nose plug. I thought it was mouth guard from Mepham. But look at that control.
Like from Mepham.
Look at that control. Cruz throwing Mepham. Yep. Throwing Mepham around, maintaining that holds, maintaining that top position. Mepham struggling to get out of this uncomfortable position. This isn't going to be good for Mepham.
No, not at all. Oh yeah, it is a mouth guard.
Yep, yep. Look at that. Look at those are back points for Cruz. Cruz is going to get those back points. Not quite a pin. All right. Yep. Now Green's getting points. He's maintains the top position.
Now, if you look at Cruz's arms, he definitely has a lot more muscle mass than Green.
That's right, and muscle's important, but so is strategy. Strategy maybe, just as important as muscle, and that's why it really can come down to anyone in the game of wrestling, because it can be strategy or it can be strength. And if you have one but not the other, you're not going to be as good as someone who has both.
Absolutely.
The score right now is
100%.
6-4. Cruz is in the lead, but we're still pretty much in period 1 early in the match. This can go any which way.
I mean, for just the first period, that's a pretty high score.
Oh yeah, I definitely agree. These guys, they're not here to mess around. They are going to fight and they are going to win, because that's why they made it this far.
Absolutely.
The dedication is amazing. The determination is amazing. I'm sure these guys practice nonstop. I don't think they even stop practicing out of season.
No, they always do clinics and stuff. 100%.
That's right. There's always something to do. I'm sure there's camps, stuff like that. I definitely am going to tell you that's the way to go if you want to get where these guys are right now. Mm-hmm. Looks like they're taking another break. Yeah, I mean, look at that crowd. I mean, they're all just anticipating the same thing we are right now.
Yeah, especially with that light, it makes it a lot more, seriously, especially for the wrestlers. Think about that. It's come down to this. All the pressure's on you.
You know what? They've been here for hours and hours. They've been here all day, and this is the moment that they've been waiting for. This is the moment that their teams have been waiting for. And here we go. Cruz back on the mat, taking the bottom of referee's position.
All right, now hopefully Green can keep Cruz
there we go.
under control.
There we go.
If Cruz escapes, he's going to get more
Cruz
points.
is really going for those escape points. But Green doing a great job of following him, staying on him. Cruz Cruz getting behind. Those are points. That's a reversal right there. That's gonna be some points for Cruz.
Yeah.
His nose is bleeding again.
Wow.
Ref does not look happy.
No, it is not. I'm sure the trainer isn't happy either, cleaning up all that blood.
You got to clean it up. That's right. This could be an issue for Cruz.
Now, I don't think that will cost him points, though, because he can't control that.
It may not cost him points, but if he can't stop bleeding, the ref may just call it. I mean, of everything we've seen today, I think this is probably the second most bloody match we've seen today.
Yes.
There was definitely one that was a little bit more bloody, but this one is pretty bloody. It's definitely not going to stop anytime soon, but Cruz is pushing through, and he is taking the lead right now.
Yep.
8-4.
And hopefully that bloody nose clears up.
Well,
stops.
he's not going to let it stop him now. I mean, he made it this far in the tournament. If he takes second because of a bloody nose, he is not going to be happy.
No, it's going to suck.
And you know what? Green's not going to be happy either because, you know what? Like, he made it to this moment. He wants to get that win. So either of them, if they can't handle this nosebleed, they're both going to feel like this isn't as great as it should have been.
Yeah.
All right, now Mepham chose top, so Green's taking top, Cruz on the bottom. Cruz is definitely trying for those escape points.
Yeah, I feel like that might have been a mistake by Mepham.
It might have been a mistake by Mepham for sure. Cruz seems to be really comfortable in getting reversals or takedowns.
Oh.
There we go. Let's see Cruz. So far, so good. Not out of bounds.
It's not letting him out.
Cruz has his head. That's a headlock, not going to let him out. That's out of bounds right there.
I mean, Green put up a good fight. He did not let Cruz get out of that.
Oh, they're going neutral. Both of these guys are really great in neutral.
Yeah.
There we go.
That was
Cruz
smart.
getting that head control.
That was
That's
smart of Cruz
key.
to
Look
wait
at
for
that.
the shot.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Back points for sure for Cruz. Cruz looking for a pin. There's the pin right there. Cruz from Bellmore JFK takes the win against Green Mepham. The ultimate rivalry come to an end at the Sprig Gardner tournament right there. Cruz pins Green.
That was a good fight. He definitely put up the fight, but it looked like he was hurting. It looked like he was almost trying to tap out with his neck. Looks like he's hurting.
Yep.
Because when he was in that headlock, he was tapping on his chest, but the ref didn't call it.
Yep. Ref did not call it. Looks like he's injured. Looks
Yeah.
like Cruz is going over there, making sure he's okay. That's what sportsmanship. That's what Sprig is all about. Hopefully Green is all right.
Yeah. It's not looking too good.
Score 11-4, but Cruz took that pin. It's looking good for JFK so far.
Yeah.
They've done pretty well up to this point in the tournament, and I don't think they're ready to lose that.
Definitely not.
Especially not in the finals.
I mean, I just hope that Green pulls through it.
I mean, if we know Green,
I think he will.
he's going to get through.
Yeah.
Very strong, very good wrestler. I would not be surprised to see him standing up right now. All right, let's throw it back to the studio.
And we are back here as Nate Green has just lost to Jefferson Cruz in the, I believe, 102 weight class final. In what was a really, really good wrestling match. Both going at it, obviously a little bit of an age advantage, I gotta say, to Jefferson Cruz. He's a senior compared to Nate Green, who is in 8th grade, by the way. So Nate Green, he has a long future, ahead of him. Unfortunately, looks like he was just injured there. Hopefully he'll be okay. But what did you think of that match? Any standout points?
Well, the standout point was that it all came down to control at the end of the day, but I just want to more focus on that this win for Kennedy is big because Mepham and Kennedy have been going at it all day. Coming into this match, Kennedy was leading 283 points to Mepham's 276.5 points. And by Kennedy winning this, it just means they're going to score more, and they beat Mepham. So this is one step closer to Kennedy pulling away with this one.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. In the Sprig Gardner tournament, we're still in the finals, and Bellmore JFK do have at least, I know, 2 more competitors. Of course, one being Brian Goldstein. He's part of the 285 plus weight class. Last year, he won in the finals as well. So, a lot of standout points to say the least. I know that they also do, I think, have, I think JJ. That's another person Bellmore JFK has. And then, of course, Mepham do have one more competitor in the competition, Dylan Dunn, who is a senior. He'll be versing a little later in one of his matches. But for now, I think the next match is a non-district match, meaning it is not Bellmore, Mepham, or Calhoun. Also, Calhoun are still in it in a way because Calhoun have a few competitors. I know they have one just under the 285 plus weight class. That's actually going to be a district final, by the way. I think Josh Amiel for Bellmore JFK, who's another competitor, by the way, for Bellmore JFK. So Bellmore JFK, it looks like they will maybe try and seal this competition with only a few wins away, and Mepham are just in second. But now we're kind of looking at maybe Calhoun can just get ahead of Mepham. We're going to have to see. I know Calhoun have a few more competitors.
Yeah, don't sleep on Calhoun here. They're in third. They're very close to Mepham. They're very close to Kennedy. All they need is just a couple wins, and they're back in this, maybe even in first. So don't sleep on Calhoun.
No, and you're definitely right there. And I know you talked about East Meadow earlier. They also, have a chance to get ahead of Calhoun and Mepham. I know even second place is a huge, huge, huge spot in the tournament. But it's been a really, really great day. Obviously, we started all the way at 10:30 this morning. Obviously, a shout out to all the crew of B&B. We have some people from Cougar TV here, and also to the competitors and the viewers. The competitors, some of these guys have been here since about 8:30 this morning, I want to say. I saw some coaches coming in at 8 o'clock. I know that us commentators have been here. Most of us have been here since all the way this morning. So it's been a long, long day, about 8 hours long or 10 hours long. It's been a long day, hasn't it? So, not only the competitors having a long day as well, but to say the least, we're in finals now. So this is where it really, really gets to the closest matches of the day, and the best matches. These are where the competitors come up to their prime, to say the least.
Yeah, well, as a freshman, I didn't know what Sprig Gardner was until, a week ago, but this is such a big thing. The atmosphere is insane. I never thought wrestling could be this big, and it is, and it's really exciting to be coming into the finals.
Yeah, and, you're exactly right. I remember, obviously, just, when you kind of hear about Sprig Gardner, I don't think every person thinks of how big of a tournament it is, but it's a huge tournament with 15 schools competing for that first place spot. That is a 2-day event, by the way, because last night, most of the competitors who played today, or all the competitors who obviously were in the matches today, were at Bellmore JFK last night competing for qualification to come here today to obviously match up against different opponents across 15 different high schools, as I've mentioned already. So they've had 2 days of work, and you almost think about it. Stamina in these matches are not only coming from today's semifinals and now to the finals, but also coming from the qualification rounds of yesterday. So it's been a tiring 2 days for them. But obviously, as we just saw, the first final there was huge, and that is a district final where Jefferson Cruz of Bellmore JFK takes on a Mepham Pirate of Nate Green, and it's huge. It's huge to see a district rival like that.
Yeah, it is. But just to go back to the point of these athletes competed yesterday, just think about some of these athletes had to wrestle 2 to 3 times yesterday, and now they're doing it again. The people you're seeing here today are the best of the best between each of these 15 schools.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. Who's ever made it to these finals, has been almost really earned a huge spot here. Everything has been huge. Well, let's see this replay. I believe this is a East Meadow athlete earlier, going against, obviously, East Hills wrestler. And
yeah, this was a really good play made here.
Yeah, we're about to see it. This was obviously a stalling position. And Obviously, this happened earlier. This was another match, by the way. Another Mepham wrestler. I believe that's Anthony Igneri, it looks like. Earlier on against a Roosevelt athlete, Roosevelt wrestler. And looks like he was just trying to get that pin in the semifinal round. I know also Anthony Igneri does, do football, so he's a versatile athlete, some would say. Oh, look at that. Look at that. He gets that pin almost.
Yeah,
Great defending from the East Meadow athlete.
This was amazing control here.
Yeah, it really was. You've highlighted that vocab word all day, the composure and obviously the calmness from these athletes. This was a Bellmore JFK athlete, a wrestler, and look at that defending there. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Just to think that, like...
I think that is against a Clark wrestler. Or, yeah, it is. No, it's a Mepham wrestler there.
Yeah, Kennedy and Mepham's been going at it all day.
All day. We talked about those qualification rounds yesterday, with both teams making it here. In the top two teams. Look at this again. Another play coming in from a Bethpage wrestler. And look at that. I mean, he's just going at it with a JFK wrestler. This was once again earlier, I believe, on mat 3. And that is for the replays. Well, as we saw, I think those were 4 matches highlights that we saw earlier. And again, a lot of Bellmore JFK, wrestlers kind of makes sense because they're in first place. So it almost, kind of makes sense that there's a lot of highlights of Bellmore JFK because they are the first place team. And after that win, I'm pretty sure they've took even a more lead against Mepham and the other following teams on, the rankings of the Sprig Gardner tournament. I know they're still in first place.
Yeah, but I can't stress enough, don't sleep on Calhoun. Calhoun is right behind these two. Even though Kennedy did just win and are now moving up the scoreboard, which is separating themselves from Mepham and Calhoun, just don't sleep on Calhoun.
Well,
it looks like they're getting ready to start the match.
Yeah, they are, and now second match is about to go underway here. And we're going to go back to the sportcasters downstairs at mat 2.
Hey, how are you guys? We're back at the mat. Now we are going to be watching Clark versus Clark. This is teammate versus teammate, Richard King versus Alex Frank, both freshmen in their school.
Wow.
Fighting for the 110 first place position.
That's crazy. Imagine those both guys are like best friends. Like, what are they thinking right now?
Well, they practice together. It's probably a benefit and a disadvantage because they both know each other's weaknesses. I bet they're wrestling partners in practice.
I'm sure.
That can be both beneficial and problematic for both of them.
But I think that'll lead to a really good match because they both know each other's, like, what their strategy is, how they wrestle, and what they do in certain situations, and just their overall, like, weaknesses and strengths.
Absolutely, but the one thing's for certain here, Clark is going to win.
Yes. Clark is definitely going to win this one. I think it's a safe assumption.
I think that's a safe assumption, too. Yeah, they're doing pretty good in their neutral stance. Not that aggressive, but that makes sense because they are not from different schools. Like, they probably know each other pretty well. They're probably not trying to be too aggressive. It's kind of hard to be aggressive, but there's a takedown right there. 2 points. That's for Frank. Frank's now on top. Trying to get King flipped over. Going to drive him through. Not quite there yet, though.
Yeah.
King is putting up a fight.
Nothing much is happening.
See, he's running it. He's running it around, trying. If he can just get that shoulder on the other side. Not quite. He's got a breakdown.
He's trying hard to get out.
Yeah. Setting up a cradle. A cradle. That's back points. Not quite a pin. That was pretty close.
Yeah.
I got to say, a cradle's probably one of my favorites, but that's 2 back points right there for Frank. Now for King. So it's actually 2-2 tied now.
I mean, I always love to call the cradle the pretzel.
I take it back. I was right. It's going to be 4-0. Frank put him in that pretzel cradle, whatever you want to call it. I know you like food. Here we go. There we go. Now we're seeing that aggression that we didn't have much earlier. Both guys are now realizing the stakes. They want the win.
Absolutely. I mean, King's got to try to get out of this.
Absolutely. Well, that's the period, so that's good for that's really good for King.
It's really good.
But now they're going to put their friendship aside. What's going to happen? Oh, neutral. King's going to have to go in strong if he wants to get any points here.
Absolutely.
Try to get a takedown.
Oh.
Pulled him in. There we go, driving him into the ground, but he flipped it over. All right, so King's finally got that takedown. That's 2 points right there.
Now it could really be anyone's match.
Absolutely. He's definitely trying to break him down, trying to break Frank down. He's got some good control over Frank.
I mean, Frank, this is going to be tough for him to get out of.
Frank's trying to get those escape points, but King is not letting him get there.
Oh, will he get on his back?
Possibly. Possibly.
If they don't go out.
That's out.
Yep.
That's out, but that's 2 pack points for King. That ties it. Now it's Frank and King, 4-4. You can definitely tell these guys are on the same team and coached by the same people.
Yeah, they're all doing the same thing to each other. That's why they're so good.
Exactly. Here they go.
Because their strategy is the same, so it's difficult to win.
100%. There we go. Tying up already. Fighting for that wrist control. Not quite. Trying to run out.
These little guys, they just love to spin around in circles.
Yes, they do. Trying to get those escape points, but not there.
No, King's starting to catch up at 4-4. I think he's got a shot.
Yeah, I mean, it's anyone's game at this point. We're in period 2. There's 56 seconds left on the clock, and it's tied. Trying to get, looking for any opening they possibly can on each other.
See, there you go.
Nice. Could be, nope, not quite. Not going to get you a pin. Not even back points.
Close.
If he can
Not
drive,
quite.
if he is able to drive just a little bit more forward, he may be able to get at least back points.
But if he does, his waist will be over him, and then he'll just get pushed off.
That's true. Well, that's the risk.
Yeah, this is center of gravity is just forward. So who's on bottom? Clark. No.
Clark
King can just get right out.
Yes. Clark trying to. Clark. Now you got me saying it. All right. Yep. Look at that. Look at that. Escape points for King. Escape points for King. And that's the period.
This is a really close matchup.
So far, King in the lead. Choosing. All right. It looks like it's Frank's choice. Frank's choice. Frank chose bottom. Interesting. Interesting. I think he's looking for those escape points right now.
Yeah,
there's the ref right there, watching very intently. There we go.
If he escapes, he'll get tied.
Yep, absolutely. Look at him. He was not able to escape just yet because King's got some pretty good control over him.
Oh, he's got an ankle.
Yep. If King can just maintain his lead, he will be able to win this match. It's pretty late inside of this match now. Period 3. He's just got to maintain that control. King on top. Not much happening. King's just trying to work it as best he can.
Yeah.
Manipulate the situation, hopefully into a win. But it looks like Frank's not giving up just quite yet. That could be good. There's escape points for Frank. There's escape points for Frank. That's exactly what Frank needed. That's exactly what he was looking for.
Yep, now it's 6-6. It's perfect.
We could be looking at a potential overtime situation.
I think it could lead to that.
It's actually King 7, Frank 5.
That's odd. I thought Frank had 6.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah, but you got to escape.
All right, well, let's just roll with the punches here. Both gentlemen getting really aggressive toward the end. They notice there's only 40 seconds left on the clock, and one of them wants the win. There we go. Close to the boundary line, but not quite out just yet.
Both their feet are both halfway in.
That's right. Not very easy to break them down right there, especially for out of risk of going out of bounds. Right now, King is in the lead with 9, Frank 5. 15 seconds left on the clock. I can see which way this is going to be going.
Nope, out.
out of bounds. There's 14 seconds left on the clock. King is in the lead 9-5.
I mean, if I was Frank, I would try to get on bottom.
I would
Frank's on
probably
top.
try, yes, I would probably try my best to get as many points as possible just to try to salvage my score. But I think even Frank knows which way this is going to be going.
Yeah. I mean, if he can get a pin like that.
Well, that's time right there. 9-6. King wins. So Richard King from Clark wins the 110 weight class for the Sprig Gardner tournament. And now we're going to send it back to the studio.
I knew Clark.
Well, you know, huge match there as King gets the win, 9-5 in the end there. Oh my gosh, what a match against the two Clark competitors and the wrestlers over there. I mean, that was an unbelievable match, and you almost thought in the end that, you know, almost one of them was just trying to get a pin just to seal the deal, but it didn't happen. It was close, but you know, good match, right?
Yeah, I can only imagine, though, going up against your teammate in a final like that. Like someone you walk the halls with, someone who's on your team, someone who you could be who you are practicing with every day. You have to go against to win, and at the end of the day, you gotta win.
We're gonna send it down back to Matt 2.
All right, here we go. Here we go. They're starting. This is the 118 weight class.
This
South
should be
side.
good. They're
Not
going
South
right
side.
at it.
Yep, Calhoun versus Port Washington, so another district. Another school in the district wrestling right now. Calhoun. I mean, both of these men put in a good fight today. Made it definitely deserved to be in the finals here right now.
Yeah.
Starting off really aggressively.
I mean, they're going fast right off the bat. They're just
Right
boom,
off the
boom,
bat.
boom.
Yep. Antonio trying to get that wrist control. Antonio for Port Washington. But Nicholson from Calhoun pretty strong in a neutral position. So we've seen so far today. Really just trying to get as much control over his arms as possible.
Yep.
No one really shooting in yet. No one going for a takedown. Lots of hand fighting going on, though.
I mean, yeah, they're just fighting for control at this point. They're trying to get each other down.
Yep, and hand fighting can be pretty tricky to shoot in on.
Yeah, definitely.
There we go. Jefferson trying to
Trying to
yep,
trip.
trying to trip.
Oh, he misses.
Wow, all right.
Wow.
Nicholson doing pretty well right now. Okay. Okay, yep. Antonio sprawled. Still on bottom, though. Now Nicholson sprawling, trying to get behind to get that takedown point. Not quite there yet. Both of them still pointless. 0-0. It's tied, period 1.
I mean, I think this is a really close matchup. This will be a good match.
Yep, we're still neutral. No points were rewarded. Lots and lots of hand fighting, and that is crucial.
That's stalling, perhaps.
Bleeding nose.
Again.
Another bleeding nose. Just like we said, this is going to be a bloody finals.
We've had tears and blood so far.
Probably sweat, too.
Yeah, yeah. We've had all three already. It's third match.
This is true. This is only the third match in the finals. We've already seen plenty of nosebleeds.
Yep.
Hopefully this one resolves itself a little bit faster than Cruz's, and we can get these finals on our way.
Absolutely.
It really is setting the tone. It really shows you that this is an aggressive sport, but it's a sport that it's worth playing. And you know, that's what Sprig is all about. Sprig Gardner, the biggest tournament for our district at least.
Yeah. It's definitely not for the faint of heart, but the sport's so much fun.
Absolutely. Absolutely. They're cleaning up the blood right now. And there's only 5 seconds left in the period. So we're pretty close to getting to that second period there. Still no points were rewarded.
Yeah.
Both of these gentlemen are equally skilled, it appears, and they're walking back onto the mat now.
I mean, I don't think really anything's going to happen in 5 seconds.
Anything can happen in wrestling.
That is true. Maybe get behind, possibly.
All right, Antonio's gonna Oh, there's still some blood on the mat, it appears. Last minute cleanup. And now they're ready to go. Starting in neutral. There they go. Again with that hand fighting. Very aggressive. That's pretty much time for the first period. Ref's about to call it. Any second now.
Surprised they haven't called it about now.
Yep, they're just going to keep hand fighting. There's really not much else to do. There's the period.
Coin flip.
Good fight so far. All right, so that's Nicholson, Calhoun's choice. And Calhoun chooses to be on bottom. Probably a smart move, maybe looking to get some escape points there. Since no points were rewarded yet, those escape points would be important.
Absolutely.
There they go. Trying to get this, at least a reversal. Going for a reversal. Oh, not quite, not quite.
I think just keep spinning and spinning. I'm starting to get dizzy.
No, we got 1 point. 1 point Nicholson. Calhoun takes the lead by 1. There we go with the hand fighting again. Very, very strong neutral position competitors.
Absolutely. I mean, at least that Calhoun got that one escape point that could make or break this match.
Definitely. There's plenty of time left to go in this match. Doesn't look like these guys are getting any less aggressive or any more tired as they go, though. Maintain
Absolutely.
that energy.
They seem like very evenly matched.
Definitely, and that's very true for all of the weight classes at this point. When you get to this level, all of them are going to be good. Doesn't matter what weight class. That's out of bounds right there. Called it. There we go.
And heading right back in.
That's right. Starting neutral. There they go again. Again, super aggressive. They're doing a very good job of maintaining control of each other's wrists and heads in the neutral position.
And that's very important.
Very important. But it would be great if one of them would be able to get a takedown. That's what they're looking to do there. To shoot in or trip them or something. Because if they can get takedown points, that would really benefit their team.
Now, you saw Port Washington a couple seconds ago. He tried to go for the trip.
Yep, and Nicholson's been pretty good at dodging a lot of Port Jefferson's takedowns so far in this match. Looks like they're on the ground now. Still, there we go, there we go. Now it's a takedown. That puts Port Washington in the lead. Yep, it's 2-1 now. Port Washington.
That's a tough position.
There we go.
Oh,
Trying for a half Nelson. Not quite there yet. Trying for a different combination now. Just really keeping Nicholson on the ground. It's very important. There we go. That's the time. We're gonna go into period 3 now. So going into period 3, actually Antonio is in the lead and Nicholson is behind by 1. So this is still anybody's game.
100%.
There we go. All right, so it appears Antonio is on bottom, Nicholson top.
But because it's such a low score so far, that's just how you know that both of these wrestlers are extremely good.
Not only are they extremely good, they're challenging one another, and that's why the score is so low, and that's always exciting.
Absolutely, yes.
They're neutral position now. Looks like Antonio didn't get up. There he is on his feet. Again, both competitors pretty comfortable there, but that looks like Nicholson is trying to roll him onto his back.
He's trying.
Didn't get there yet, though, because Antonio's got control of Nicholson's legs. Nicholson sprawls fairly close to the boundary line. Gonna drive him out. That's the out-of-bounds line right there.
Yeah. I mean, still anyone's game. It's starting to get down to we got to get some points in order to catch up.
Yep, there we go, and they are racking in those points. It's 3-5. Calhoun back in the lead. Nicholson leading with 5. Here we go. Nicholson looks like he's going to be on top because that's the way they ended it when they went out of bounds. That's good for Nicholson.
100%. It's time to get them some escape points.
There they go. Nicholson is not going to let Antonio escape. He can't. There we go. Really, really great at following him. Oh, that was close. All right, those are reversal points. Those are reversal points for Port Washington. So now
this
Port
looks like
Washington's
it could
on
be
top.
a possible pin.
Not quite. I mean, his shoulders are not close to the ground just yet, but looks like they're setting up for it. It's a tied game right now with 45 seconds left on the clock. If neither guy can score a point, we will go into overtime.
I hope we do go in overtime. That would be fantastic. Oh, what happened?
Illegal move. So that is going to be 2 points for Antonio, putting him in the lead. There's some blood going on there again.
I mean, that's got to stink for Nelson because that one little mistake could cause him the match.
Yes, definitely. Looks like there's some blood going on there again. That just goes to show you how quickly you can change things in wrestling and how, the score is definitely never set. You never know who's going to win in wrestling.
Yeah.
Anything can happen and anything can change at any time. 35 seconds left on the clock, period 3. We got Antonio with Port Washington, 7-5 lead. Nicholson, Calhoun really, really looking to try to get those points, at least tie and get into overtime. There is blood on the mat right now, though. We're just cleaning that up real quick.
Yep, and yet another bloody nose.
I think it's going to be a pretty common occurrence here.
Absolutely, yeah.
Everybody's fighting with the most aggression they possibly can. And that's a good thing. That's what we're here to see. And that's what their coaches want to see. I don't think one coach could leave disappointed from this tournament today. I think every single school played their heart out and should be leaving pretty happy with themselves.
Absolutely, and to see that just like there's so many people who've been here since 10:30 this morning and all the team, that just shows like their commitment to the sport.
Absolutely.
And their teammates.
100% commitment. We're going back now. All right. Now Antonio's on top. Nicholson's on bottom. Nicholson really needs to get either a reversal or escape points. Looking for a reversal right now. Not quite yet. All right, yeah, Antonio's driving pretty down hard on Nicholson. Nicholson fighting as best he can to get out, but nothing seems to be working. Antonio driving him forward. There's Nicholson seeing some sort of opening, but sitting out, not able to turn in.
Yeah, this is tough for Nicholson.
This is a struggle close to the boundary line. We've seen this before.
Hopefully they don't go out.
Looks like they're about to.
Yeah.
There they go. All right, yeah, so Antonio's going to be on top, Nicholson on bottom. Nicholson does not seem too happy on bottom.
No, it does not.
That looks like that's it. That's the end of the period.
Wow.
All right, then Calhoun takes the loss there. Congratulations, Antonio from Port Washington. He's won the weight for the 118s, and now we're going to throw it back to the studio.
Now wrestling at 126 pounds. From Southside, Joe
Against Calhoun, and that really puts a huge, overall in the standings. As we just, see now, Calhoun could have just took a huge lead into the, maybe, try to tie it up to where Mepham is right now at second place. But unfortunately, they can't get the job done. It was a 7-5, and Port Washington get a huge win for today. We're gonna now send it back to Mat 2.
Are the 126. They're already started the match very early on into the first period. This is going to be JFK versus Southside, Joe versus Peter. This is definitely a match we don't want to miss. So far, still tied up, still in the neutral position. Fighting.
Oh, goes for the shot.
Went for the shot. Out of bounds right there. Still neutral. No points scored. So far, we're off to a pretty good start.
Yeah. Oh. Hand fighting.
Hand fighting is good. Hand fighting is good. Looking for some sort of opening, looking for a shot.
Yep.
Driving in on their heads. That's especially key. There we go, tying up. Once again, looking for that control. They want control. Really, really great in neutral. Yeah. Both of them. That's why they're here. Both of them are doing a fantastic job driving into one another, not letting the other get an opening. Very equally skilled wrestlers.
Absolutely. I mean, we're a little over halfway done with the period, and still nothing scored.
Right, there was a sprawl, but no takedown, and there's the takedown. That's going to be points for Peter. That's 2 points for JFK. Oh, looks like Joe's going for some sort of reversal, and not quite there yet. Almost. There's a reversal. I believe he's going for some sort of reversal. He's definitely got control, and he's definitely on top right now. Yep, there we go.
Yep.
2 points. That's a reversal. We're tied up again, and that's the end of period 1. We're coming to a close over here. There we go. Very, very good. All right, that looks like it's JFK's choice.
Let's see what they pick. Bottom.
JFK bottom. That's probably a pretty good position for JFK.
That's definitely a smart move.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks like he's pretty good at being on bottom. And it looks like it may be what's Joe's weakness is top. So that's probably a strategic move there.
100%.
But can Peter get out of the bottom position?
Hopefully he can.
Yep. There's Joe driving him forward.
It's pretty standstill right now. They're just trying so hard to not let JFK get out, and JFK's trying
there
hard
we
to get
go.
out.
JFK's almost out there. Southside really putting up a good fight here.
I think that JFK will get out.
But JFK looking like he's getting pretty close to an escape. I don't know. Southside's fighting pretty hard.
I mean, it could go either way.
Yep, this is we're still tied here. Yep, look, there's JFK trying to break from his grasp. But looks like Joe's got a pretty tight grasp on his arm.
I mean, yeah, this is really close right now.
He's trying to run on the bar. It's not working out as he is intending because it's not breaking Peter down at all. So, yep, hold on. There we go. Referee's position. Kennedy bottom. Kennedy set. There we go. Joe back on top, Southside.
Now they're going at it once again.
Yep, there we go. Trying to do different things would be important here. Now learning what the other's weakness was from that last time, they really should be trying to do other things. It seems like Southside has control over JFK, but is it going to be an issue for JFK, or is JFK going to be able to get out of that?
I mean, I don't know. I think JFK has a shot of getting out, but it's not looking too good right now.
It is not looking too good right now. It looks like JFK is, I mean, I would say that Southside's pretty good at following Kennedy here. Like, he's staying right on him. There we go, that's the period.
I mean, this could really be anyone's game. We're going to the third period, like, who knows what's going to happen.
Third period, tied score. This could go whichever way. Just like every other match we've watched in the finals so far, it can really go either way. These are the best of the best here. There we go.
It's interesting.
Position there, yeah. Absolutely. Both have control over something, but that puts them in a stalemate almost.
Yeah.
Because they're going to need to fight for more dominant control. There we go. He got behind. Kennedy got behind.
It's good for Kennedy.
Yep. Got out of that. That's pretty good. But he's got to try to get some back points.
Yeah.
He's got to try to get some back points because otherwise it's going to stay a tie. We're going to have to go into overtime.
I have a feeling it might come down to that. I mean, there's still a minute 15 left, but I think it's definitely possible.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with you. They are so equally skilled, it's going to be difficult for both of them.
Something happened.
Going back to the center of the mat. All right, Joe is on bottom.
1 minute left.
Peters on top. Yep, 60 seconds on the clock. There we go. Yeah, Peters really trying to follow Southside. Doing a pretty good job of it, too. Sprawl is good. Everything's good, but it looks like Joe's driving as far as he can into Peter. But Peter did not let him get those back points. Although, I think Joe may get some points for that.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a 4-2, 43 seconds on the clock. Anything can still happen. But, yeah, now Southside takes the lead. And I bet JFK's not too happy about that.
No, definitely not.
Fighting for as many points as they possibly can. That's a reversal.
Then I'll bring it up to a tie.
Nope. Did not count. JFK not happy.
Now, why would that not count?
Oh, they got the point. All right, so it's 4-3.
Right,
Yeah, so yeah.
Isn't that supposed to be 2 points?
It's a 2-point reversal, so it is tied. That's what I thought. Yeah, there we go. Oh, it was a clasp. Oh, it was a clasp on Joe. Okay, which means that's going to put JFK in the lead. 33 seconds left on the clock. Anything can still happen, but this is good for JFK. Coach is challenging it, but it did not work. And right now, both wrestlers are going to do anything in their power to get as many points as they can.
If I was
prevent
JFK,
points.
I would just try to hold them down so that we just run out the clock.
100% run out the clock is what I would do at this point. 30 seconds left. We do not want Southside getting any sort of escape or reversal. That would only be bad.
Yeah.
But Joe showed us so far he's a very good competitor, and he can do an escape or a reversal at any moment. So this really can be anyone's game, even with 15 seconds left on the clock.
Could not agree with you more.
I would really just. It looks like Peter is running down the clock here. 10 seconds left. If he can just hold him without getting called for a stall, then he will win this match. That is it, and JFK wins this weight class as well. That's the 126. JFK so far in the finals undefeated. They have 3 more wrestlers to go, but so far the 2 wrestlers that did wrestle for the finals won. Let's send it back to the studio now.
Well, a huge win for Bellmore JFK as Miketis gets the job done. 5-4, a very close one. And, he's a great wrestler there, as you can see, and has a huge future for, Bellmore JFK over there. Really, really good from them. And again, very close match the whole time. Only wins by a point, and I think it was because of a sprawl.
100%, but I just want to point out here that by Kennedy winning these two matches, now they're pulling into the lead with 293 points. Mepham's still in second with 275, and we're gonna cut back to the sportscasters.
We are back with the new match. New weight class.
Here we are. We got the 132. This is Ray Adams from Calhoun and JJ Pizzarusso from JFK. That's going to be an inter-district match here, and JFK is looking to ideally would want to win and maintain that undefeated championship level here in this tournament. So far, actually, Calhoun is in the lead here. It's 2-1. JJ up. There's more points for Calhoun there. JJ taken down, looking for some sort of escape right now. Fighting strong.
Get behind points.
There we go. That would be, it's going to be 4-2 Adams from Calhoun. So far, so good. Good stance by both parties. Fighting. Both guys looking for some sort of an opening.
A mouthpiece just fell out.
Yep, putting it off to the side right now because they're not going to stop for anything. That's a takedown for Adams, which means that it's going to be 6-2. Pizzarusso probably not too happy right now.
Probably not. I mean, this is a lot of points very early on in the match.
Yep, that's out of bounds. There's about a minute left in this first period, and it does not look like it's going JFK's way.
No. I mean, it's still early on, still first period.
It's still the first period, still anything can happen. JJ probably hoping. That's a takedown for Adams. That's going to be an 8-3 score right now. Calhoun in the lead, but Pizzarusso is not happy.
Not at all.
There
I
we
mean,
go.
I wouldn't be happy either.
He gets an escape. That's an escape point right there. So now he only needs 4 points to catch up to Adams. Fighting for their lives, both of them. There they go.
I mean, I think Pizarruso definitely has a shot at it.
Absolutely, Pizarruso has a shot, but right now the score is 10-4, not in JJ's favor.
No, not at all.
He's fighting. They're both trying really hard, getting out of that bad position. There we go. That's the end of the period. So going into the second period, Calhoun has a 10-4 score in Calhoun's favor. JFK is going to pick which position they want. JFK picks bottom. That's an interesting choice for this match.
And I think at this point they're just trying to get more points to catch up.
It seems that way. I think.
I mean, I think his strategy right now is go big or go home.
Go big or go home. Maybe trying to get those escape points or trying to get some sort of reversal, but it seems like Adams is pretty good on top. And it may be a little difficult for Pizarruso to do any of that.
Yeah.
Possibly would have been a better idea to put him on top. But now that's the whistle.
Hold.
Yep, that was a collapse right there. Not allowed in wrestling.
But now who was it on?
That's going to be, that's against Adams, so that's going to Pizarruso. It's going to be a 10-5 score. That is in favor of Pizarruso there.
That's good.
And now they're back in a neutral stance, which seems to be good for both teams. That's a takedown. That's 2 points for JJ. JJ's pretty disappointed in himself. Looks, hold, to 12-5 score. Problem with JJ on the mat. Coach is coming out.
Did he get hurt?
Doesn't look like it's blood. He probably got hit.
Yeah, it's looking like it. He looks like it's hurting.
Yes, but if I know JJ, he'll be back out there in just a few seconds, ready to wrestle and ready to win.
Sure, he will.
Crowd looks a little concerned.
I mean, I'm wondering where he got hit in the face, because if his nose not bleeding, where else would really hurt that bad where he had to stop the fight?
Well, you know, he may be able to have gotten hit in the nose without drawing any blood, which is beneficial to the game, but still can't feel good for Pizarruso.
Absolutely.
And on top of that, he's down points. He's probably just wanting to get back in there right now and get some of those points back up. It's period 2. There's a minute 30 left on the clock. You know, he probably just wants to get back in there and try for that win, because he could still come back from this 12-5 score.
Absolutely.
Adams probably enjoying taking a breather right now. Here they go back on the mat.
All right.
There we go.
Going right
Starting
for
neutral. Went right in Adams really aggressively. JJ coming back with a new strength, not wanting to give Adams any points this time and not allowing him to do so.
Yeah, they're really going full steam ahead right now.
Running all around the mat, covering all grounds. It's 13-6 now. Adams gets another point. Out of bounds right there. Called back to the center of the mat. There is about 56 seconds left on the clock in period 2, and it is not looking good for JFK. Adams shoots in, does not get JJ's leg. JJ does not want to let him get another takedown.
Not at all.
It seems like Adams is pretty good in his neutral position, maybe just a little bit better than JJ, and that seems to be the issue for Pizarruso.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, he's putting up a really hard fight. Like, they're still going full sports. They're not slowing down at all.
They didn't slow down once, and they are in period 2. This is a lot of energy showing, but there's a takedown right there for Adams. That's going to be 15-6. JJ probably not too pleased right now, but just looking to get some sort of point, possibly a reversal. That could be extremely helpful for him right now in this position. There's only 7 seconds left on the clock in period 2. JFK not looking so hot right now.
Calhoun's probably just going to waste the rest of the clock.
That's the whistle. going into period 3.
All right, going to line up.
Yep. All right, Green on top. This is going to be interesting to see because it seemed like JJ could possibly be better on top than he was on bottom. Maybe he can maintain control of Adams, and this could be beneficial.
Definitely. I mean, Adams seems like he's pretty skilled at bottom,
Adams
but
is
JJ
looking-
got that leg.
Yeah, Adams is looking for those escape points, but JJ's not letting him have it. Absolutely not. Not in the 3rd round. Not when the stakes are so high. Not when the points are not in JJ's favor. No escape yet.
Wow, he's got a good grasp on the
Out of
leg.
bounds. Still neutral. They're going back to the center now.
Now that's unfortunate that they went out of bounds. I think JJ would have had a good shot there of getting some points.
It would have been pretty good. But at least he's still on top. He seems to be doing better in this position.
Oh, wow. Almost got right out. But
Not
JJ
quite.
again has his leg.
Oh, almost. JJ is not going to let it be a reversal. He does not want this to be a reversal. If this is a reversal, that could be the end for JJ.
Calhoun got their leg out. Adams got
That's
his leg
2
out.
points. Yep, that's 2 points for Calhoun. He got that takedown right there. Reversal. There we go. Yep,
And out of
JFK gets a
bounds
point for
once
getting
again.
back for escaping, and now it's going to be 17-7. 17-7. Still neutral. Adams is probably pretty confident here. He seems pretty comfortable in the neutral position. Looks like they're getting a little tired, slowing down.
I mean, by now, you're fighting this hard for that long. You got to be tired.
Oh, definitely. Yep, they're tying up. They're still tied up, still in neutral.
Hopefully they don't go out of bounds.
Not out of bounds yet. JJ shoots in, gets back up, not quite. Still neutral. Fighting. Oh, there's a shot in, out of bounds. No takedown, still neutral. 44 seconds left on the clock in the entire match, and it's a 17-7 score in the favor of Calhoun. There we go. Calhoun shoots in without hesitation. JJ not allowing him to get that takedown, not just yet.
I mean,
Still on his feet.
For being down from 10 points, he's really putting up a good fight.
Yep, but there's a takedown right there. That's 2 more points for Adams. Yep, Adams on top now. Calhoun still in the lead. JJ just fighting for some sort of escape. 10 seconds left on the clock. I don't think this is going to be a win for JFK.
No.
But it's looking pretty good for Calhoun here. And that's the match. Kennedy's first loss in the finals, but 2 more to go. Calhoun takes the win on this one.
Calhoun definitely needed that win to catch up with Kennedy.
Calhoun definitely needed that win. And now we're going to throw it back to the studio.
Well, Adams of Calhoun has just beat JJ Pizzarusa 19-7 in a really all huge points game, as almost 26 points in total get shared on that whole match as we just saw it. That is, again, as what Preston said, the first match that Kennedy has lost in the finals. It is JJ Pizzarusa who does take the loss, but Adams of Calhoun takes a huge win. Well, we're going to send it back.
Yep, here we are. This is the 138 weight class, already off to an aggressive start. You're not going to see a lot of pins here, folks, because this is the finals, and they are so skilled, they're not going to let each other get a pin on there. Yep, this is going to be East Meadow versus Mepham in their final match together here.
I'm excited for this match.
That's right, East Meadow is already in the lead here, 2-1, but so far, score not so crazy, not a surprise at all. We're not that far in, but they are already on the ground. Mepham fighting for some sort of control. There they are, back up. Escape, that's an escape for East Meadow, so it's 4-1 now. There they go, 4-2 is the score. Good in the neutral position, not tied up yet. Looking for some sort of opening, trying to shoot in. Tying up, there they go. There they go. Fighting for that control, trying to throw each other off balance, because balance is very important when you're in the neutral position.
Definitely.
Wrist fighting, hand
I mean, they
fighting.
just keep locking up. Like, nothing much is happening. Oh.
Nothing much is happening. All right, here they go. Still neutral. Staying nice and low, nice and level. When they tie up, they tie up. They pull real hard on their heads.
Yeah.
Looking for that opening. Not seeing any.
I mean, this still could be anyone's match.
Oh, absolutely. 15 seconds left in period 1. It's only 4-2. Mepham's in the lead. Now it's 6-2, Mepham. East Meadow probably not too happy, but definitely can still make it back. 3 seconds left on the clock. Out of bounds. Looks like this first period is pretty much over.
Yeah.
There they go. Yeah, that's the period right there. Yeah, you know what? We've seen some good fighting between these two. Looks like Mepham's in the lead. Can't see whose choice it is.
I mean, this is a great start for Mepham.
Mepham's choice of position. Chooses bottom. That's a smart position.
Definitely, yeah.
Absolutely smart position for Mepham. Really going to try to get as many points as they can there. There we go. Not letting East Meadow control him. Looking for that reversal. At least getting an escape. There's an escape from Mepham.
Wow, that was really fast. First 10 seconds already an escape.
That's right, and now they're back in that neutral position where both of them seem to be pretty comfortable.
That's definitely one of the faster escapes that we've seen in the final so far.
Definitely, but that's not to discredit East Meadow's player. Both of them doing very well. There we go. Looking for that opening, almost getting in there, not quite. There we go. All right, so East Meadow sprawls. Mepham takes the shot. East Meadow sprawls. There we go.
Wow, fireman's.
Fireman's carry right there.
Now, I've never seen really a fireman's carry in a practical situation like this.
Nope. Usually that's just something you see in practice.
Yep.
That was very impressive. That's 2 points for Mepham. It's now 9-2. Mepham's in the lead. There's a minute left in period 2, and they're in the neutral stance.
Now, a lot of this is about reaction time because, like, that was a split-second decision to go into that fireman's.
Definitely. 100%. Look at him. See, they're really, really pulling on each other's heads. You got to throw the other guy off balance when you're in neutral. That is crucial if you want to get a shot in there or if you want to take down. The balance is key. Tied up pretty tightly right there. Really strong, really tight. So far, still neutral. They seem to both be pretty comfortable in the neutral position.
Yeah. I was just trying to notice that, too.
Mepham probably wants to get back on the ground. That's where we seem to be most comfortable.
Going back at it. Tying up. Hand fighting. Open
Shoot
shot.
in by Mepham.
Oh,
Wow. Impressive. So far, no points. No points. There's the points. 2 points for Mepham. That's an 11-3. Extremely impressive. End of the period. Wow. That was an amazing, amazing
That was
play.
insane. That's crazy.
Insane. Smart move on East Meadow's part, not letting Mepham go on bottom again.
Definitely.
Definitely. There we go. Mepham gonna try not to let him get the escape, but it looks like he may get that escape. There's the easy escape points right there. That was a pretty quick escape too. I don't think Mepham's too worried though. Fighting in that stance. Pretty good. We're in period 3 right now. This could make or break the entire match. There they go. It seems like most of our finalists so far are pretty strong in their neutral position.
Yeah.
And that is to say the least. I mean, especially with these two, neither one of them are backing down. That's an out of bounds. Looks like they're still neutral. Yep, still neutral.
I mean, East Meadow is starting to slowly creep back up.
Yeah, East Meadow is probably looking to get as many points as possible, wants the takedown. Probably looking to try to get some back points once they're on the ground.
I think that's definitely their best shot of catching back up.
Definitely.
Back points.
Definitely. There's only a minute left in the period. Do you think they'll be able to do it?
I think they have a shot.
They're very equivalent in the neutral position. They both want to be on the ground. There. That's an insane move by Mepham.
Yeah.
Not quite a takedown just yet. Got to get around, got to get out of his grasp. And if we can do that in Mepham, then Mepham can get those points. Nope, still neutral. No points were awarded. There they go.
Start of the match.
Start of the match, still moving around with the same energy they had at the beginning of the match. Quite impressive for both of them. Just as aggressive as they were.
I think at this time, Mepham's just trying to run out the clock.
Definitely. There's only
stalling.
15 seconds left. It looks like if Mepham can just not get taken down, this is looking good for Mepham. 5 seconds left. Really fighting on the ground now. Oh, but that is the end of it. Mepham wins.
You know what? East Meadow did a fabulous job. I mean, they put up an insane fight.
Definitely.
Against Mepham.
All right, let's shoot it back over to the studio.
Well, a huge win for Mepham and a huge win for Dylan Dunn in particular. Gets a huge win, of course, against Bethpage wrestler, as we just saw it. My goodness, I meant the East Meadow wrestler, sorry. Holberg, I think his name was. But it was a huge win for Dylan Dunn and for Mepham. And, for the rankings, we'll see where Mepham gets into the standings after this. Obviously, you see Dylan Dunn get a huge win in, as he's a senior, which will probably be his final Sprig Gardner match. Well, we're going to send it back to Mat 2.
We're on Mat 2. All right, this is another intense match. It's the 145s. This is Half Hollow Hills East versus Mineola. We got Ian versus Joe here.
Wow, we're already out of bounds.
Very intense.
Just about 15 seconds into the match.
15 seconds into the match, already out of bounds. No points rewarded just yet. There they go. Again, another pair that are really good in the neutral position. It's very interesting. So maybe it's important. Maybe, I don't know if a lot of people notice that, but maybe the neutral position is a crucial position to be good at. It seems like it's make or breaking these finals.
Yeah, I would say that's definitely one of the more important positions to be strong at, to be good at.
I couldn't agree more. There we go. There we go. Yep. Oh, almost a takedown. Not a takedown yet, but they are on the ground. All right, yep. We're looking for a takedown here. Yep, so Ian got that takedown. Now he's on top. Joe trying to get out from the bottom.
I mean, this is a tough spot for Joe.
Doesn't look good for Joe right now.
No.
I gotta tell you, does not look good for Joe. Ian really just trying to find some sort of opening. Joe building back up. Oh yeah, there we go. Ian driving it to
now
his
he's trying
side.
to get out.
Yep, we got it's 2-0.
I mean, he's trying hard.
2-0. Yep, and Ian is in the lead right now. There we go. There we go. So far, still not necessarily there yet. Good. Close to the boundary line. That's out of bounds right there. That's going to be a reversal. So that's 2 points for Joe, I believe. 15 seconds left on the clock.
I mean, he's really putting up a good fight. Both of them are.
There we go. Yep, looks like Caleb's going to be on bottom now because Joe just got those points. 15 seconds left.
I mean, this is a good first period.
Definitely.
Very close. Very closely skilled.
Absolutely skilled. Very good wrestlers. Here we go. Yep. Joe is on the top right now. He's been pretty good on the top so far. Just got to run out the clock. 8 seconds left in the first period. So far, it's a tie. Very equivalently skilled wrestlers.
Oh, Joe went for the trip.
And that's time right there.
Time.
Now we're going to do the flip.
It's going to
Okay,
Joe.
yep, that's going to Joe. So Mineola gets choice. All right. Interesting. So they chose top. Probably a smart position because Joe's shown that he's pretty good on top so far.
Absolutely.
There he goes. Trying to work some sort of combination. Already rolling Caleb onto his shoulders.
Wow. And imagine doing this after having 2-3 matches already today.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. It is draining, physically draining, and the fact that they are all still giving it their all at this point after hours and hours of wrestling and being here at this tournament, that says something about their commitment and their dedication.
Absolutely.
There we go. There we go. Nice and tight. Yep. Looking good. Both wrestlers doing pretty well in the positions they're in. Caleb trying to get out of the bottom position. Struggling, but looks like he may be able to get it. Yeah, Joe's holding on for dear life, not letting him out. There's the out right there.
Oh, I think they might go out of bounds here.
That's back points. Those are back points. Yep, Caleb's looking. It looks pretty good for Caleb.
Oh,
Getting
that
those
could be a pin.
That's a pin right there. That is a
Wow.
pin.
And Joe and
Ian takes the win. That's a half hollow pin. I did not see that coming, especially this late in the game.
I mean, yeah, Joe was just barely in bounds, like just his toes almost were in.
Yeah, let's see what the studio thinks about that.
Dead for Hills East. And man, pin out of nowhere. And you know, just what Preston said, it was really out of nowhere. Both were going at it all match. It was only a 4-2 score with the Hills East player winning, but a pin comes up out of nowhere, and there you go. That is, you know, match, to say the least. Hills East, remember, are in 9th place, and Mineola were actually in 8th before that game, before that match went. Well, we're gonna send it back down to match.
Hey, here we are. 152 weight class already underway. Yep, this is going to be a tough one. Clark finally back with Gonzalez. This is going to be an insane match. Last time we saw Clark in the finals, they were going against each other, but now it's not such a sure win for Clark. We got Matthew Rodriguez from East Meadow going against Gonzalez. This is going to be a match for the books.
Absolutely.
Already getting back points. Already this early into the period and this early into the finals. Looks like Rodriguez is doing a pretty good job. I believe that's Rodriguez on top. Yeah, looks like Rodriguez is on top, doing a pretty good job of maintaining that control. He's already got 5 back points.
I mean, this is the point in the finals where it's really starting to get up to the bigger guys, and it's going to start getting a lot more interesting.
Definitely. But we're going to see, because Gonzalez is not going to want to let any more back points be gotten. That's out of bounds right there. But it looks like Gonzalez is going to be bottom, Rodriguez top, and that's not good for Gonzalez.
Wow, I just realized Clark's looks just like Mepham, their uniform. It's almost exactly
It does.
the same.
It looks very similar. I think we said that earlier. Mepham and Clark have a very similar singlet.
Yeah,
But so does Calhoun and East Meadow.
that's also true, yes.
Look at him trying to drive in the side. Rodriguez really just trying to get through, trying to get Gonzalez on his back. Even if he just gets more back points, it's now 8-0 already in period 1. Rodriguez is dominating the scoreboard with 30 seconds left.
Absolutely. I mean, he's just doing a fantastic job. Clark, too. He's putting up a mad, hard fight.
Definitely, yeah. Yeah, those are more back points right there for Rodriguez. Could it be a pin? Not a pin, but those are going to be back points for Rodriguez.
I mean, yeah, that's tough.
That is not good for Gonzalez. That's going to be an
Not at all.
11-0 lead going into period 2. That's not something you want to see when you're in the finals.
Not at all. I mean, this isn't looking too good for Gonzalez.
Absolutely not. That's the period right there. Not looking good for Gonzalez. Hopefully Gonzalez can get choice of position.
Hopefully. I mean, I don't know if he should go bottom or top.
I mean, well, we're about to find out.
Yeah.
There they go. Yep. Rodriguez chose, yep, he's on bottom. That's a pretty good choice, I'd say, for Rodriguez, because it seems like he's pretty good on ground.
Yes, definitely.
He may not be a strong neutral, but he's pretty good. That's pretty contradictory to what we've been saying prior to this match, because most of these guys, or at least the lighter guys, were very strong in their neutral positions, but now it looks like the ground fighting may be a little bit more strong than their neutral fighting here.
Yeah, it definitely seems that way. Hopefully they don't go out of bounds.
Yep, Rodriguez remains on top, though. It's a 13-0 lead.
I mean, this is going to be tough for Gonzalez.
Yep, there's like only 60 seconds left in period 2. It's a 13-0 lead. Gonzalez is going to have to try everything he possibly can and take every move from the book if he's going to want to win this in the finals.
I mean, yeah. This is going to be rough.
Yep. All right, they went out of bounds. 56 seconds left on the clock in period 2. 13-0. Rodriguez is on top. He seems to be pretty good and in pretty good control on the top. Gonzalez trying for any sort of wiggle room, maybe trying to get some escape points, but Rodriguez will not give him that wiggle room.
No, not at all. He's not letting up at all.
Very strong competitors here. Only 30 seconds left on the clock, and it's period 2. It's not really looking good for Clark.
Not at all. I think it's going to be a tough one for Clark.
This is going to be a tough one for Clark. Rodriguez trying to keep him down. 15 seconds left. You know, not that difficult to do at this point.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if Rodriguez can just hold him down, I think it's a win.
Absolutely. 3 seconds left. There we go. That's the end of the period. Score going into the third period is 13-0 in favor of East Meadow. Rodriguez for East Meadow shooting in immediately, trying to get that takedown,
I mean,
but
he's
not
got to play
quite
aggressive. He's got to play aggressive in order to catch up.
yet. Well, Rodriguez is actually winning,
Oh, right. I meant Gonzalez. Sorry.
but Gonzalez is doing a pretty good job of defending himself so far, not letting Rodriguez in on that shot. Fighting for control. He's got control of his head. Gonzalez may be able to get around and get some sort of takedown points.
I mean, yeah, this is tough.
No,
Oh.
nope, there we go. Not looking good. That's 2 points for Rodriguez. Getting more back points now.
I think this could possibly be a pin. Oh.
It's not a, there's, that's it. That's
Pin?
it. Yeah, it was 15-0. That's a win on a technicality. You don't go past that if it's 15-0.
Oh, right. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, so that's actually going to be a win for East Meadow with Rodriguez. Congratulations, East Meadow. Let's go back to the studio.
Well, Rodriguez of East Meadow gets a huge win, and obviously takes the 15-0 win. So that means, you know, what Preston said, technicality points. And obviously Rodriguez of East Meadow gets a win in the maybe most dominant match of the day so far. So Rodriguez gets the win on points, and you know, the next match is, you know, about to await here. But huge win for East Meadow. In the rankings, by the way, East Meadow are 4th. So they maybe are just about to go ahead of Calhoun in that. Anyways, we're going to send it back to Mat 2. Preston, take it away.
Okay, here we are on Mat 2. We're back now, really getting into the big boys here. Yep, this is going to be another Clark versus East Meadow round. Maybe Clark can take the win this time. This is the 160 weight class. This is Jack Forte versus Matthew Coffey, and this is going to be intense. Already just a few seconds into the first period, Forte from Clark got 2 points. Much better than last round for Clark so far.
Definitely. This is definitely a much better start.
All right, there we go. There we go. East Meadow fighting, trying to get some points, but Forte doing a pretty good job of not letting him get around. Ankle control, wrist control, all key. That's an escape right there. Good escape. East Meadow trying to shoot in. Forte sprawling. It's a 2-1
I mean, Forte's
score right
doing
now.
a really good job keeping East Meadow down.
Definitely. That's out of bounds. We're going to still start neutral. There we go. Pulling on each other's arms. That's great. Again, balance is crucial. Really trying to knock the other off balance. They're pretty fast at shooting in, especially Forte. Forte is probably disappointed from last match and has come to win. He wants to redeem Clark, and that's exactly what he's doing
Absolutely.
right now.
Clark definitely wants that vengeance. They want to win.
There we go. Neutral position.
This is definitely much closer or evenly matched as other than the last game.
Yep.
Match.
Look at that hand fighting. Shooting in much faster than before. A little bit too confident as Forte sprawls, trying to get around. There we go. That's a takedown for Forte. That's going to be 4-1 now in favor of Clark.
Yeah, Clark's definitely starting to make a bit of a comeback.
That's right. There we go. Very close to the boundary line. Could go out of bounds at any second. There it is. Yeah, Clark's going to take the top to resume. There's 12 seconds left in period 1. East Meadow trying to get as many points as they can in these last few seconds of the first period. That's it. That's it for period 1. Flipping the coin now. It goes in favor of East Meadow, which may or may not be good for Forte depending on what they pick.
Yeah, this could really go either way at this point. Now it's starting to come down to where East Meadow's got to get back some points.
That's absolutely right. And they gave Clark the bottom position. I'm not sure how well Forte is going to do in the bottom position. So far, we've only seen him controlling on top. This is going to be an interesting round.
Absolutely.
And he's doing a pretty fine job of getting out of that bottom position, getting those escape points, trying for a reversal, it appears. But Coffey's got him, got his leg, and he's trying desperately not to let him go. Because if he does, he knows he's gonna lose those points.
Yep.
All right. Back to the start referee's position. Same thing. Forte bottom, Coffey top. And there they go. There they go. Look at that. Look at that reversal. That's going to be 2 for Forte. 2 for Forte. Yep, there you go. That's going to be a 6-1 score now in favor of Clark.
I mean, yeah, Coffey's got to get out of there.
Definitely. And look at that. Forte's trying to set up some sort of combination. There we go. Now score is going to be 8-1. 8-1. There they are.
At least Coffey got out.
Yep. They're neutral. Coffey takes him down. That's 2 takedown points. That's another 2 points. There we go. Nope, it's going to be, yep, that's going to be 2 points for Forte.
Yeah, Forte's really trying to
Yes.
keep him down.
Yeah. Look at that. Yeah, Coffey's probably not too happy right now.
No, not at all. I mean, how the tables have turned with this compared to the last match.
Absolutely. But the aggression and the determination to win is still there. And he's just got to hold on to that. 45 seconds left in the period. He shoots in. Out of bounds. Starting in the neutral position. Looks like Forte's going to shoot right in. Throws him to the ground. Still neutral. Sprawls. Forte knows what he's doing in the neutral position. He knows what he's doing. He's got full control over Coffee right now.
100%.
He's working it.
I mean, this
He's
is a
gonna work
really
it.
tight spot for Coffee.
Yep. Definitely. There we go. 5-minute break right here. Yep. Yep.
Hope it's not another nosebleed.
Doesn't look like a nosebleed. Yeah, it is a nosebleed. It is a nosebleed.
Man.
Cleaning it up. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's going to be blood.
Yes.
We got to commend all of the people here who are cleaning the blood, who are, helping, like the
all the trainers.
Yeah, the trainers. That's right. Everybody who helps our wrestlers get where they are, we commend you. You guys are fantastic.
And thank you everyone for coming out to watch this meet, especially with people who stayed here until the finals. I'm sure it's been a long day.
It probably has been a long day. If you're just joining us now, we've been here for a couple of hours now. They're back in the match. Looks like Forte on bottom has control of Coffee's leg. Coffee not wanting to give up his own position, but he does. That's going to be a 12-2 score now in favor of Forte.
Yeah.
5 seconds left.
This is not looking too good for East Meadow.
Nope. That's the period right there. 1 period left to go.
Wow.
Forte's on top now. We know he's good on bottom. Can he do it on top?
We're about to find out.
Oh, looks like, yes. Yes, he can. Absolutely he can. Keeping Coffee on the ground, extremely important and done successfully.
I mean, yeah, that's great. That's
But
perfect.
he's got to get in there, and he's got to find that combination that's going to pin him or get back points. There's some back points.
Wow.
Yeah.
You see how he's using his head to keep himself up?
Yep.
That's like.
It's very smart,
Yeah.
and it's something you got to do. I know in practice they strengthen their necks, and that's the exact reason why you do it.
Yep.
You do not want your shoulders touching that ground. There we go. Forte still maintaining very good control, trying to throw a bar arm. Didn't work, so trying to reset up something else, anything else that can get him some more points. His score is 15-3 right now with only a minute left in period 3. What's going to happen?
I mean, this is not looking good for East Meadow at all.
Not looking good at all.
I mean, if Clark scores 3 more points, he'll be up by 15.
That's right. And that's not what they want.
No, not at all, but he definitely has a chance of that.
There they go. Yeah, Forte's doing a great job of following Coffee. Very good. Ref's getting in there, making sure everything's legal. So far, so good.
Oh.
Nope, it was not.
Just a clash, perhaps?
Doesn't look like he said there was a clasp. Probably just put hands on head. There they go, referee's position. Not referee's position. There they go. Back in a neutral position. Yep, and that's where Forte shines. Really, taking down Coffee.
Yeah.
20 seconds left in the period. 20 seconds left in the match. And so far, Forte's winning 17-3. This looks pretty good for Clark and not so good for East Meadow.
No, not at all. I mean, at this point, Clark probably just wants to stall.
That's right, and that's it. So yeah, Forte takes that Clark takes the redemption from last match, and we're gonna throw it over to the studio.
Well, that's a huge win for Clark and Forte, again, in particular. Forte having a huge win there, 17-4, very dominant. And as what Preston said, Clark right before it, did lose their match. Then they go into a little bit of a more up weight class, and then they win. So huge win for Forte, huge win for Clark. And obviously, if you've been following, Clark is in 5th. Just to say the standings real quick. 5th Clark, and we're going to toss it down to the studio.
Back here, I'm with B&B's Matthew Mano. What's up, Matthew?
I'm doing great, Preston. I just came back from a long day at Ocean Breeze for a track meet now. Get to call some wrestling at Sprig Gardner Invitational. It's always a great day when we do the shoot.
Absolutely. So tell me what's going on here, Matt.
Well, right now, we got Brandon Cabral from East Meadow versus Daniel Fulgar, both seniors, both in the 172 weight class. This is going to be a great match. And once you get into these upper weight classes, I feel like, contrary to popular belief, the wrestling just gets more and more tactical. There's not much of a difference between the strength and the explosiveness of the guys once you get into that upper weight class. Everyone's just all big, they're all strong. There's no real gap in explosiveness. Nobody's shooting in often, so this is gonna be a very tactical, and it's really gonna be a fun match to watch.
You're absolutely right. The key component is that there is no wiggle room with these big boys. There is no wiggle room. They really have to stay strategic and tactical.
And right now we got a lot of hand fighting, and now looks like
there we go.
might have
Back
a
points
pin.
already. Back points already in the first period. Not quite a pin yet. Not looking good for Calhoun.
Yeah, that's Fulgar from Calhoun.
There's a pin right there in the first period of the finals.
It's a quick one. Then, just like we were saying, so tactical, one mistake, and you're done. Fulgar had a misplay when he was trying to shoot in, and that's a little bit tougher to do when you're a bigger size. And it's now going to be Brandon Cabral as Sprig Gardner champion. So, from East Meadow, they have been absolutely doing excellent all day. Now we're going to send it back to Nick and Finn in the studio.
Huge plays in these matches as Cabral there gets the win against one of Calhoun's wrestlers, and that is huge in the standings. East Meadow, I believe, are very close of going above Calhoun for the third place spot, as we just saw Cabral get his points there.
So after that matchup, East Meadow's only down by 0.5. It's 259 to down 259.5, and it's just been back to the sports masters.
Here we are on the mat again with the 189 weight class, Mano.
Preston, you have to try that intro about 3 separate times.
That's
but
right.
We got another fun one in store. Justin Soriano of Clark and Emerson Vaders of Port Washington. A lot of hand fighting in the neutral. Just all the power that both of these young men are putting in. Soriano looks like he might have the upper hand just in the department of hand fighting. But we'll see how this match develops.
You know what's interesting is Clark is actually 5th in the tournament, yet they have had a lot of guys in the finals.
Same with East Meadow. They've had also a lot of finals, but the results aren't showing in the points.
That's definitely true. But look at these guys shooting in strong. Clark shoots in. That's 2 points. That's going to be a takedown for Clark, and they're out of bounds, so they're going back.
And that's just about as close as it can get when you come to those takedowns. I mean, Soriano had Baders right there, right on the edge of that out of bounds line, and that's about the closest margin of 2 points you can get. We'll see if that ends up being the difference today.
Definitely. And look, he's taken top. He seems pretty comfortable on top. He's very tactical, very skilled, and most importantly, very strong. You need to have both of those things in order to succeed, especially in this weight class.
Now Soriano, I've noticed that he's been doing a great job staying in control on top, but it's been getting Baders really on his back, trying to get the pin, trying to get the back points. It's been something he's really struggled with. He's great on top. He's great in neutral as well. It's something that I felt like he could potentially work on maybe during the match, try and get a couple of back points right here.
Yeah, he's maintaining that control, but he's not really getting any sort of back point or anything like that. And you know what? What Port Washington really needs to do right now is get some sort of escape or get some sort of reversal if they're going to want to get the win here.
And credit to Baders as well. I mean, he's been on the ground for a good, 30 seconds now, and he has not been letting up. Every move that Soriano made, I've heard all the time at my meet today, you got to match the move of the opposing guy, and that's exactly what Baders is doing, not letting Soriano get any sort of edge even though he's on top. I mean, back points are huge in wrestling. It could exceed up to the highest amount of back points you can get is 5, if I'm not mistaken?
Yes, that's correct.
And
it's very impressive. He's very good at avoiding allowing the other person to score points. Now here we are. This is going to be Port Washington's choice. Port Washington chose top. Probably a smart decision since he wasn't doing so well on the bottom.
And that's something that you need to watch. We haven't really seen Soriano on the bottom just yet today, but it's going to be some interesting thing to develop. If Soriano can get a reversal, it could spell trouble for Baders.
Definitely. He does
That's
not want
quick.
any escape points there. He didn't allow for any escape points just yet. Not yet. No escape points. There
There's
it
the
is. That's a
reversal.
reversal. That's 2. So now it's going to be 4-0 in favor of Clark. Soriano doing an insane job getting back on top where he's comfortable. Now he's got to get those back points.
That's exactly right, Preston. And another thing that I noticed is just Bader's really outside of when he's on bottom. It's just more of just he somewhat looks outmatched by Soriano. Every move that Baders has made when he's on the attack has just really been matched by Soriano and countered just by another stronger move. And it's just another one of those things where once you get into this heavier weight class, there could be a little bit of difference in weight and just mass moves mass. So
That's absolutely right.
That's what's happening to Baders, the smaller of the two in this match.
100%. That is 100% accurate, and that's exactly what's happening here. And it's not the strategy, because both of these wrestlers are very strategic. It really does come down to the size, weight, and strength of these men.
That's absolutely correct. I mean, it looks like Soriano's the heavier of the two, but Baders has the height advantage. So we always say low man wins, and that's exactly what's been playing to Soriano's advantage as Baders picks up a point, and now it gets close within 3. Anything can happen.
100%. Look at them aggressively fighting, not wanting to be in that neutral position. There's a takedown for Soriano. Very, very good at getting these takedowns.
That's huge too. And Soriano, right as Baders makes a move, gets a point, gets on the board, Soriano matches it and then some, taking that 6-1 lead, and that's exactly what you got to do. Just keep your opponent at bay, keep matching those moves. Baders, you know he's tired. You know that Baders is tiring. Soriano just needs to go for that one move, that one takedown that can get the pin and get this match over with.
That's right. And you know what? I would say Soriano is almost going to have this in the bag, but I can't say that just yet because he's struggling to get those back points, and he's struggling to get Port Washington on their back because they are putting up a very, very good fight.
That's exactly right. Both of these wrestlers have been putting up an excellent fight so far, but it looks like Soriano's tiring out, and he's just using all of that weight he's got on him just to hang on top. We'll see what the choice is going into the third period. It's going to be an interesting decision. Baders at this point, you got to start thinking pin, so a potential option here is just pick top.
Definitely, and that's exactly what they're going to do. It's the smartest decision, especially since that's his strongest position.
But unfortunately, Green came. Got to remember, Preston. I almost didn't remember 2 seconds ago. Green came up on the coin, so Baders got the choice going from first to second. So this is Soriano's choice, and he took top.
That's true, but it also gives Soriano the advantage because so far we have not seen Port Washington get out when Soriano is on top.
That's exactly right.
So, oh, there's some back points right there in the third period. Could this be a pin?
Looks like it could be.
Definitely has those back points. There's the pin. Soriano takes the pin, and that's another win for Clark. Clark probably pretty happy with these finals. Let's send it over to the studio now.
And a huge win for Clark and Soriano. And Soriano, I mean, that was just a dominant, performance as we just saw there, Gets the pin for the win. He was winning 6-1 in the first place. I think that was a round 2 victory for Soriano. Clark, ahead of the score, are now looking right in the 5th place. I don't know if they can get ahead now because of how far East Meadow is above them with points, but they are in 5th place and making their mark into the Sprig Gardner tournament. Well, you're about to get started back into the next matchup here. Let's send it back down to Mat 2.
Here we are, 215 pounds. Josh Amiel from Bellmore-JFK versus Andrew Foy from Calhoun. Another inter-district match. This is going to be exciting, especially since they are both in the top 3 for the tournament so far. This could make or break their team.
And that's exactly right. This is going to be a huge, huge matchup if Joshua Amiel and then Brandon Golstein, who's coming up in the 285 matchup, they both win. that'll make JFK the team champions of this meet.
And that'll be 2 years in a row.
That's actually something I didn't even know. And JFK defending home turf last year, and now they're putting on a show once again. And right now, it's another one of those strategic matches. There's going to be a lot of hand fighting. I mean, Foy is huge. He looks about to be 6'2", or if not taller.
Definitely. He's so much taller than Emil, but can Emil still win this thing despite the height difference?
Yes, height isn't always everything. Height doesn't measure heart, excuse me. And that's one of those. It's one of those things where JFK needs to get something here. They can't be hand fighting all this time. Foy's arms are so much longer. You're gonna get beaten neutral against Andrew Foy.
That's right, and yet he went in for the shot and he got it. Not quite a takedown just yet, but it's not looking good for Emil. Still neutral, no points awarded.
Emil's just got to make Foy miss once and then just take a shot. At this point, it's going to be one shot that's going to win this match for somebody at this point.
That's definitely true.
It looks like it's just going to be one mistake and you're done, just like we saw in that Cabral versus Folgar match earlier today.
Definitely. Yep, and there we go. Oh!
The flip by Emil, that's huge.
Extremely, extremely impressive. Headgear off of Foy.
That looked like Emil was about to get pinned. That was such a forceful blow from Andrew Foy of Calhoun, and that was almost looked like it was going to be a pin. And here's Foy again on top. Could we have a pin?
2 points. That's a takedown, but Emil not quite letting him get those back points just yet. There we go. Foy in the lead. Calhoun winning, going into the second period. And it's also Calhoun's advantage here because the coin flipped green.
So Foy's going to choose bottom. That's something that honestly I like the choice here. Foy is definitely the taller individual in this match, and Emil is potentially, with that difference in size, not to say that Emil's short, to say Foy is just that tall. He might be able to grab on to Andrew Foy. All of it could lose grip.
Not even that though, but with the height difference, it's much easier to escape or get a reversal.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what he's looking for. He needs those points. He wants those points, and those are 2 easy ways to get points, especially with that height difference. But is Emil going to be able to maintain that control of being on top? That's the question.
Emil with a great first move. Off that whistle, we saw a couple of times where Soriano and Bader's last match were just one is on bottom and just quick back into neutral. And Emil does a great job of driving straight down into the ground, keeping Foy at bay, and we'll see who can make the right move. And now we looks like we might have a reversal here.
Possibly. Yep, looks like Emil's trying to throw a half. Didn't work though. Breaking Foy back down to the ground, trying to set up. No, looks like he's running a bar. Also didn't work. Still maintaining that control of that leg, not letting Foy cross over him, and then, yep, Foy ran a bar. There we go.
And that's something that I liked what Foy did there. Just didn't end up working out. He tried to almost let Emil just let Foy escape there and just let gravity do the rest, and unfortunately it didn't work out for him.
That is correct, and I bet Emil's not too happy right now with what the score is looking like. 4-1 in favor of Calhoun. This could mean a loss of their first place position for Kennedy.
And once again, now Emil's on top, and he's struggling to grab onto Foy, that big body, and just unable to get those back points.
That's right. He really needs to get that control, get those back points, and make sure Foy doesn't escape.
So now we're looking at this, and Emil might just then go out of bounds, just reset. He's looking tired. We might have something here, though.
There we go. Broken back down flat. Now it's 3-4, still in favor of Calhoun, but Josh is coming back. 5 seconds left in period 2. This is anyone's match, truly.
That is now 3-4, and now with Emil getting the choice, he's almost definitely going to opt for the bottom.
Absolutely. That's absolutely correct. He doesn't seem to be doing too well on top, and there is more of an opportunity to score points if he's on the bottom.
And that was a
There he goes, looking for an escape. Not there yet. Not there yet.
yeah, but he got up quick. Foy.
There we go. That's a reversal. That's 2 points. That is going to put Josh in the lead in period 3. That's early in period 3. Josh is in the lead. This looks pretty good, but he's got to maintain that control, which we've already seen he needs to work on. This could be an issue being in this position because Foy is really going to go for some sort of escape.
And look at Amiel. All of his weight is so shifted forward to the front. If Foy just drives up and a little bit back, it could spell trouble for Amiel. Maybe an escape, maybe a reversal.
Absolutely right. Amiel trying to run a half Nelson, not doing so. Getting that arm control. There we go. No, he's not going to let him up. You don't want to let someone up, especially when the score is this close and you're in the third period. It can go any way, and if you allow for any sort of mistake, any sort of points, that's going to be an issue for you.
This is going to be very close. Looks like Foy almost has the escape.
Almost has an escape. Not quite. Josh
Literally
not
trying
letting
to
him do it yet.
pull his leg
There we
out.
go.
And that's out of bounds. I mean, Foy almost had that. It looks like.
But it's good for Josh because even though he may not be the best on top, they're starting from that referee's position, so Foy doesn't have that advantage of getting out mostly. He's going to have to work again. There's only 40 seconds left. Josh leads, JFK leads by 1 in period 3. Can he maintain that? Can he run out the clock? Can he
get back points
Foy?
there from Foy? We had back points there
2
almost.
points.
Yeah, 2 back points gained by Amiel after an almost reversal, a near reversal by Andrew Foy, and it looks like Amiel might have this one.
Kennedy may have gotten a comeback here. We did not see this playing out this way in the first period, but I think Foy got tired by the time he got to this period, the third period, because he spent so much energy at the beginning, and Josh may have just been trying to tire him out until this point. There's only 15 seconds left, and he's leading. Kennedy's leading.
Foy needs to just get up and try and take him down. Just expend as much energy as you can, or as much as you have left, but Foy just might not have it in him.
That's right.
Now Amiel's just going to try and just sit on him for as long as humanly possible.
100% running out the clock for 5 more seconds is all he needs to do, and he can get that win. There we go. That's a win for Josh Amiel from John F. Kennedy High School. Another win. We've won a few times in the finals, and let's go back to the studio.
Well, a huge victory for JFK and you know, Josh Amiel there. It was definitely a comeback to say the least. As you know, you see Foy there, who just basically lost. I mean, he looked dominant at first, and then now we are gonna go to the 285 weight class, and another JFK you know, wrestler here to face off. So we're about to go down to mat 1, and here we are. Preston, take it away.
Thank you so much. We are at the last match of the day. These are the biggest of the big boys. We got 285 pounds of Brandon Goldstein from John F. Kennedy versus Joseph Arbitello from East Meadow.
And this, if I'm not mistaken, if my memory serves me correctly, this is a rematch of last year's 285 championship.
That is correct.
And I'm not gonna lie, I'm glad I made it back just in time. And look at Brandon Goldstein. This is what you come here to see. You come to see the guys built like offensive linemen, just throwing each other around, and it's just so fun to see.
You know what? It's just really great to see that even though their size is so big, they are moving just as fast as the 102s. They have the same speed and the same, you know, agility as these lighter weights, and that is important, and that's crazy cool that they can do that.
Well, maybe not the same, but it's most definitely comparable, as Goldstein takes the early lead 2-0. But what I was saying, Brandon Goldstein is on the Mepham football team. This just gives them an opportunity to show off their or excuse, not the Mepham football team, the Kennedy football team. I don't know what I'm saying, as Goldstein gets tossed into the Calhoun bench over there. Everyone in the district getting involved. It's a Mepham mat, a Kennedy wrestler getting thrown into Calhoun's sideline.
There we go, and that's what Sprig Gardner is all about.
Absolutely.
The district.
This is a district tournament. The JV tournament, if I'm not mistaken, was held at Calhoun.
That's
the
correct.
Prelims were yesterday at JFK, and the actual tournament at the home of where Coach Frank Sprig Gardner coached at Mepham High School, building a culture of champions here for the Pirates.
Absolutely, as it should be. And so far, it looks like Goldstein's leading by 1 point in a 2-1 score. Period 1, we have 60 seconds left. Is Goldstein going to be able to maintain that? They both seem like they're really great in the neutral position, and they both have very strong hand fighting.
And Goldstein's just, I'm honestly shocked that he's able to keep hand fighting for this long. I mean, Goldstein has been thrown around on more times than one. He was thrown into the Calhoun, and this is in the span of 60 seconds as well.
That's right.
He was thrown into the Calhoun supporters, almost thrown into one of our cameras.
Yep.
And it looks like that's Jared Broxmeyer. I hope he looks all good, not spooked in the slightest.
That's
right. Arbitello takes the early lead, and that could be a takedown.
There we go, takedown right there. That's more points for Goldstein. That's going to put him back in the lead here. You know, Goldstein actually, I believe, is an injured back, now giving back points to the other team. This could be a pin. That's a pin for Brandon Goldstein from John F. Kennedy High School. Kennedy takes another win. This is a good day for Kennedy. I believe that means Kennedy wins Sprig Gardner for 2022. Brandon Goldstein wins. Let's throw it back to the studio.
From Bellmore, JFK, Brandon Goldstein. Coaches, please turn in your OW ballots as soon as possible to the head table. We will begin the awards presentation very shortly. Again, there are medals for places 1
And here we are, as that was a huge win from Goldstein of JFK. That's 2 wins in a row just at the end there. That was Amiel, then Goldstein. Huge for JFK. That makes them the Sprig Gardner champions, by the way. And my, oh my, what a day for John F. Kennedy High School. A district team, and they bring it home for the 2nd year in a row. Huge from them. And, you know, as we just see here, it was a really great day. 12 hours for B&B coverage. It was a long day, to say the least. You know, the athletes, 12 hours, you know, all wrapping it up. Thank you to all the camera ops. Thank you to all the, you know, backroom people. You know, everybody doing their job today. Great. Thank you to the commentators, other sportscasters who've made this day the great day that it really could be in the first place. And for
Nick Messina.
and Finnegan Corcoran Doolin, we'll see you next time. Thank you.